Jake with Bond Performance here. Happy 4th of July. Just doing what should have been a quick and easy job with my little helper here. And it ended up being just a little bit more trouble than it should have been. So I'm going to show you guys what to avoid when changing your windshield washer fluid pump motor. Now it's the same motor for, I guess I can't switch the camera around. It's the same pump motor for the front and rear wiper. They just have their own ports. This is the one coming out. The original pump, I've been neglecting to do this swap. The car's got 91,000 miles on it, probably quit around 88,000, I'd have to say if I guessed. So it had a pretty good run. That's the only failure on the car I've had. So looking at ECS tuning, FCP Euro, at pricing for this exact one from ECS or from the dealership is over $100. I paid $22 for this from FCP, and it has a lifetime warranty. So we'll see if it'll do the trick. Dimensionally, it's the same. The only real big visible difference is the connector is opposite. But there's no reason why the connector can't be spun around, so no problem there. The problem I ran into was with the hole that it goes in. There's a rubber grommet, and when I was installing it with it on the car, I accidentally pushed the grommet into the tank, hence why I have my tank removed. So if you're careful enough inserting it into the grommet, you could probably avoid what I did, but it's a good learning experience for me and anybody watching this video. It's easy enough to get out. I took the wheel liner off. The tire and wheel probably didn't really have to come off, but you know, it's always nice to have some room. With a 6-inch extension, I was able to get this forward stud without taking the bumper cover off. Then there's two more here and here. Simple connectors, the same clips that Volkswagen uses for everything. This is the fog light harness. These are the two actual washer fluid lines. And of course, before I ordered parts or started looking at anything else, I disconnected the lines up the cowl and blew them out to make sure there wasn't any obstructions. But looks like it's probably going to be a good fix with the pump. We'll find out at the end of the video, I guess. And man, it is so nice to have a lift. This is the first job on my 2-post lift. I racked the car last night just to try it, because you can't get a new toy and not try it. So basically all my videos will be up in the air and not on the ground. Stealth GTI was here yesterday. He was actually here kind of overlapping with the lift install, and we knocked out his catback installation on the old quick jack, which will probably primarily collect dust from this point forward. We'll see. Yeah, so I'm gonna get back to it. I might have Grayson play cameraman a little bit, show me working if he wants to. So, all right, let's get to it. All right, so I've got the grommet in, and the problem was I was trying to use a little bit too much of an angle. It's a lot easier with the tank out of the car. So these clips retain that, and it's really just a press fit. No difference in how it fits versus I won't say exactly how much the OEM pump was, but I remember it was over 100. So the trick to FCP Euro's site, and I don't know if they'll like that I'm pointing this out or not. If you search Volkswagen's website for a particular part number, and then you don't put any vehicle information in on FCP's site, you just copy paste the OEM part number, that'll come up with tons of results on FCP's site, where if you put in my case, a 2016 GTI 6-speed manual 4-door, there's no results, or very few, maybe just one or two. I can't remember in this particular instance, but I've done this a couple times. I did this with the wheel bearing, I've done it with some hardware. FCP's site works awesome just using OEM part numbers, not vehicle specific. So that saved us a ton of money there. It fits good. Alright, this down here is the liquid level sensor that yells at you every 4 seconds like the engine's gonna blow up if you're low on washer fluid. So thanks Volkswagen for that. So we're gonna pop this back in there. Come on, Gray. Come on this side, buddy. A little bit of a tight squeeze getting this forward stud lined up kind of as I'm trying to feed it up into the filler neck. With the front bumper cover off, this would be a million times easier, but set this nut there. Alright, it's on the studs, filler neck started. I probably also could have took this filler neck all the way out. But I've got the ballast for my HIDs attached to it, and just really prefer to leave it in place. I've got everything tucked away pretty nice and tidy up there. Might be easier to push on from up top. Oh, buddy, you gotta hold the camera this way the whole time.
Why?
Because you'll make people dizzy. Sorry everybody who's losing their lunch for the camera doing loop-de-loops. But this is Grayson's introduction to YouTubing. And I'm not good at it, so he doesn't have a good coach. So it won't be long, oop, I'm bumping him. It won't be long before he's better than me. But if we get enough subscribers to monetize the channel, my plan is to build a project car on an extreme budget, on a YouTube budget, and do a bunch of content with it. So once we hit 1,000 subscribers, it's game on. We've got the room, we've got the tools. I think it would be fun to build a track car, maybe a Mark 1, 2, or 3. What, buddy?
I'm tired from holding the phone.
Okay, we can stop. Alright, I'll follow up with the rest of it after we're done. My cameraman's gonna take a break. Alright, so we're all buttoned up. Let's give it a go. Perfect. And I'm sure there's something in the owner's manual for the lift that says don't climb on it like a jungle gym. To try things on your car, but rules are made to be broken. When we bring it back up, then I'll show you how it looks all buttoned up and the differences on car between the expensive pump and the cheaper pump. So what I did notice is there seems to be a little bit less retention on the outlets of this pump. They'd probably be fine. I might safety wire them together or something just for a little added security. No problem getting the studs back in. Got the sleeve for the filler neck back where it goes. The trick for that was a pair of channel locks carefully. Got my connectors back in, fog lights plugged in. So all that's left is grab my T25 and putting the under tray and wheel liner back on. My Audi wheels and my Stop Tech brakes. Looking a little rough cleanliness wise, but and of course all the polished goodness. On an upcoming video, I have something sitting here on the shelf. I actually got a free set of Mk7 charge pipes. So if that installation is something you'd be interested in, be sure to subscribe to the channel. I'll be knocking that out at some point. Can't argue with free. So we're gonna give that a whirl and see how they play with my charge pipes. Should be no problem because my charge pipes fit OEM and Mk7 fits OEM, but we'll know for sure probably in our next video. No promises, something might come up between now and then, but I'm gonna button this back up. Thanks for sticking with me through the roller coaster ride of my 6-year-old doing some filming. Comment below, subscribe. Let's get it up over 1,000, guys.